Okay, so we've talked about long division of polynomials. There is a cheats way to do it. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes this may be easier, sometimes it's not. And if you don't want to use this, you don't have to. This is just a way you can do it. All right, so if we have a look at the worked example, we've got the function x cubed minus 5x squared minus 2x plus 24. Okay, now you guys know how to find a factor. We know that a factor is x plus 2. Okay, and then our next term is going to be ax squared plus bx plus c, because we know it's going to be a quadratic factor. Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c is quadratic, so we know that's going to happen. Now, here's where we can start to do a little bit of cheating. Okay, I'm going to first look at c. 2 times c has to be 24. 2 times c has to be 24. Therefore, c has to be 12. Agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. X times ax squared has to be x cubed. So x times ax squared has to be x cubed. So what's a?
It's just 1.
1. Okay. So at the moment, we now can say, well, when we divide it, we get x plus 2, x cubed plus bx, sorry, x squared plus bx plus 12. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit sketchy, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use a different colour here so that you guys can see where I'm pulling things from, but I might need a couple of different colours, so let's just get a couple out just in case. So, 2 times x squared
2x squared.
plus, sorry, plus x times bx, right, must equal negative 5x squared. Can you see how that's going to work? This is going to give me, if I'm expanding, so we're sort of working backwards here. All right, if I'm expanding, then x times bx will give me an x squared term, and 2 times x squared will give me an x squared term. Added together, they must be negative 5x squared. They must equal to this, right? So, 2x squared plus bx squared must equal negative 5x squared. We take the 2x over the other side, and we get bx squared must equal negative 7x squared. Therefore, b equals negative 7. Okay, so my final factorisation is x plus 2, x squared minus 7x plus 12. Agreed? See how it works? You can factorise it further, but that's short division. That's quadratic factorisation. Go back to chapter 2 for that. This section here that we've just talked about is your short division. It's the cheater's way of doing it. All right? It will still work. Always long division will work. Always. Short division sometimes is easy, sometimes is not. All right? So it doesn't always work this easily. The reason they've done this is because it's a worked example. All right? So we'll try one on the fly as a group in the next section. Okay, so if you have a look at question 2e, the question is x cubed plus 9x squared minus 12x minus 160. Okay, and when I went back and had a look at this exercise, it actually said you've got to factorise it completely. So we'll do 2 more questions, this one, and we'll do short division with this one, and we'll do another one, and we'll also use short division on that, just so you get the short division down pat, because you already know how to do long division. So, first thing we've got to work out is what's a factor. And to do that, I don't think I've explained this to you yet. You have a look at the last number and you say, well, what are the factors of that? So because it ends in a 0, the most likely factor, let's pull out a negative 5. Okay, so is negative 5 factor? Okay, so we'll just test that. So negative 5 cubed plus 9 times negative 5 squared minus 12 times negative 5 minus 160. Okay, 125 plus 225 plus 60 minus 160. 125 plus 225, no, there's a minus there, yep. That leaves you with 100 plus 60 minus 160, which is of course 0. So therefore negative 5 is a factor. So that means we're getting x plus 5, and then our quadratic factor as well, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, now we start doing the whole short division thing again. First thing we want to find out is a. To find a, we know that x times ax squared must equal x cubed. Right, therefore a equals 1. Okay, second bit we're trying to find is c. Okay, so we know 5 times c must equal negative 160, therefore c is negative 32. Okay? Yeah? Right. So, next step is where we start doing our long division bit, our short division bit, sorry. So we come back up here, we're chasing 9x squared now. Okay, so just keep that in your head, 9x squared. So, 5 times ax squared, which is 1, so 1x squared, sorry, plus x times bx must equal, what did I say, 9x squared. Okay, so 5x squared plus bx squared must equal 9x squared. So what's b? It's not 2. What's b?
4.
4.
Is x squared, so x.
Yeah, bx squared.
Ah,
Right, so you can ignore, so you're really looking at 5 plus b equals 9. You can ignore the x squareds at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so b is 4. So my halfway short division is x squared plus 4x plus 32. Okay, now a quick refresher on quadratic factorization. Okay, we can do this one by inspection if you practiced enough. Okay, and I recommend you learn how to do this quick. Factors of 32, ooh, that's supposed to be a negative. Factors of negative 32 that add to 4.
8 and 4.
8 and 4, which one's negative?
No, negative 4.
8 and negative 4, good. Okay, for those of you who do it old school, it's this. Okay, so my brackets, my final answer is x plus 5, x minus 4, x plus 8. Okay, so it's using short division. It still feels as long division, alright, and remember that long division doesn't always work. Sorry, short division doesn't always work. It's not always easy like that. Alright, so now that's a relatively easy one, where a is 1. Okay, a has been 1 in this one and in all the other ones we've done. So now I'm going to do one where a doesn't come out at 1. Okay, so this is question 4c. 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 12x minus 8. Okay, so we're chasing a factor. We're going to try plus 2. So 3 times 2 cubed plus 2 squared minus 12 times 2 minus 8. What's that? 24 plus 8 minus 24 minus 8, which is of course 0. Okay, so plus 2 is a factor. So you're going to x minus 2, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're chasing a. X times ax squared must equal 3x squared. Therefore, a is what?
3x.
3, just 3. Okay, so a is 3. Now we're chasing c. Minus 2 times c must equal negative 8. Therefore, c is 4. Yep. Now we're chasing b. So x, no, we don't start. Minus 2 times 3x squared plus minus, so x times bx must equal 2x squared. Okay, we pull that from there, just a reminder. So negative 6x squared plus bx squared equals 2x squared. So what is it? What's b equal? B's equal 8, well done. So b equals 8. Okay, so my final factorisation, or my partway short division factorisation thing there is x minus 2. 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. Now we've got to factorise again, and we do that by inspection. 3x, x, 2 and 2, and I promise you that works. So x minus 2, 3x plus 2, x plus 2, which you can't see. Alright, remember, you don't need to do short division. You can do long division.